Hello, good afternoon. I'm Julia and I'm a first year PhD student. Today I would like to briefly present my PhD project about semi-subordination. I will start explaining what we call semi-subordination, then I will present part of the pilot study I've conducted to analyze the usage of semi-subordination in British English and its results, and I will finish with the short-term/current objectives of my PhD. So, to begin with, what is semi-subordination? Kaltenbach defines this phenomenon as complex sentences with an incomplete matrix clause, as we can see in example 1. Well, Fanny, you should ask Florence. And it comprises a matrix clause and a subordinate clause. We can find different matrix elements, and in this pilot study, I looked for nouns as pleasure to have you here, adjectives as in strange that Lebanon should be covered with them, verbs as in seems he jumped down a sandwich trap, adverbs as in soon to know, and prepositional phrases as in yes, about time we got out of this show. Regarding subordinate clauses, in this pilot study, I originally included that clauses, as in pity that she had not lived longer, how clauses, as in strange how the Lebanon should be covered with them, to infinitive clauses, as in pleasure to have you here, zero that clauses, as in well, funny you should ask Florence, and ing clauses as lovely being here. However, I finally omitted zero dot clauses because of problems regarding the searches, but I will include them in the future. For the pilot study, I analyzed the British National Corpus 1994 and the British National Corpus 2014 using the Langsbox X software to conduct the searches. In total, I used 20 search strings in each corpus, so 40 in total, and I obtained 140,332 results. From this result, I randomly selected 100 by search and analyzed them manually. After this analysis, I found 249 examples of semi-subordination in total, which can be seen in Table 1. In this table, the results are classified by their matrix, their subordinate clause, and the corpus where they were found. As we can see, the most numerous type of semi-subordination is adjectival with 214 results, which is 86% of the total results that were found. The second most common type is nominal, followed by verbal, and then adverbial. In this pilot study, no examples of prepositional semi-subordination were found. In all cases, we can see an increase in frequency between the VNC 1994 and the VNC 2014, which indicates that the use of semi-subordination is now becoming more widespread. Moreover, the results obtained are similar to those of Kaltenbach's 2021 study, in which he used the corpus of contemporary American English. Due to the large difference between the adjectival semi-subordination and the rest, a more in-depth study was conducted with this type of semi-subordination. In this study, a greater variety of adjectives was observed in the VNC 2014 compared to the VNC 1994, going from 33 different adjectives to 38. Among the adjectives, funny is the most repeated one in both corpora, and analyzing funny, it could be seen that its use actually has an ironic and critical purpose, far from its literal meaning. As we can see in examples 12, funny how it turned out, meaning it turned out the other way, and 13, funny how selfish you really are. Finally, the pilot study also took into account the two discourse functions attributed to semi-subordination by Kaltenbach, which are commenting and presentative. In the commenting function, the speaker offers their subjective evaluation of something previously mentioned in the conversation, as we can see in example 14, sorry you ran out of time. In the presentative function, the speaker introduces new information into the discussion and adds their commentary to it, as we can see in example 15. Funny, I never noticed this place before. Regarding the use of these two discourse functions, commenting is the most frequent one, with a difference that increases between the VNC 1994 and the VNC 2014. Therefore, it's believed that the more generalized use of semi-subordination is also resulting in the more generalized use of the commenting function over the presentative one. To conclude, the data have revealed an ongoing process of increasing productivity affecting semi-subordinate constructions in contemporary British English. Firstly, an increase in functional productivity is evidenced both by the tendency towards lower distributional differentiation among complement clause types in semi-subordination and by the increase of complement clause types fulfilling the prototypical commenting function, as we saw in the previous slide. In the case of lexical productivity, it can be seen with the increase of adjective types occurring in semi-subordinate constructions across time. Furthermore, the results largely align with those of Kaltenbach. Therefore, there appear to be similarities between British English, which was analyzed in this pilot study in the VNC 1994 and the VNC 2014, and American English, analyzed in the Corpus of Contemporary American English in Kaltenbach's study in 2021. Finally, I would like to comment on the current objectives of my PhD after this pilot study. In terms of data analysis, firstly, I would like to increase the analyzed instances of this study, probably from 100 to 200, to conduct a more detailed analysis of them. For this, I would also like to develop new queries, new search patterns for the spoken part of the VNC 2014, as all the question marks are currently tagged as punctuation in the corpus. So multiple semi-subordinate cases are currently left out of my study with the current queries. And finally, in addition to the diachronic analysis, the idea is to also carry out a diatopic one using Globee in order to be able to compare a larger number of data. Here you can find all the references that have been mentioned throughout my presentation. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.